All right. Good evening, everyone. Ugh. Welcome to Salty Saturdays. It's kind of been a while. We've been off for the last 2 weeks or so just because people were busy and things were going on, I guess. But we do have a match tonight, which is great. It's good to be back. And happy to have Dr. Fish and Dank's dad here with us today. How are you guys doing?
Welcome to Friday night, salty Saturdays. It's we get the typical Friday night crew here, bringing you a pro match between Super Chicken and Genji, and thrilled to get into it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this match. These are two players I enjoy watching a lot. They're very skilled players, and their lineups are very similar this week. I'm sure we'll get into that in a little bit. Chicken coming from the Canadians, and we got Genji from A Perfect Murloc, the APM Pro team. So I guess we can just hop right into the lists. There's not much else to really say.
Yeah, let's dive into it. Both players are rocking pretty similar lineups. Genji is bringing the XL Thief Priest, the XL Thief Rogue, the XL Big Beast Hunter, and Abyssal Implock with Super Chicken also bringing XL Thief Rogue, XL Big Beast Hunter, and Abyssal Implock, but swapping out the XL Thief Priest for Wig Priest.
Yeah, so very similar lineups. The obviously the main difference is the Thief Priest versus the Wig Priest, and as you mentioned to me yesterday, after the cast, that the Thief Priest it does have a good matchup into the Wig Priest and might end up forcing a ban potentially. I know the players have not banned on the website yet, and we will get those as they come in.
Yes.
Um,
And that
yeah,
Thief Priest is just phenomenal into the Wig Priest and even better into Blessed Priest, another popular archetype. So it makes a lot of sense to sort of bring it in your lineup to protect your big beast hunter a little bit and maybe scare off those other priests that can pick up a win against that deck. So I think Genji claims some edge there, but there are some other little differences between the lists too. I see that Super Chicken is actually running a copy of Sprint in his Thief Rogue
Oh yeah.
as opposed to the Murloc Holmes. Little bit of a swap there. And there also are just some other little differences between them. So, like the Big Beast Hunter, of course, isn't quite stock, I don't think. We see
Mm,
Genji seems to be playing the Vicious Syndicate version of the deck or some combination, running trackings, but also the selective breeders. Whereas Super Chicken seems to just have the stock list with Castle Kennels, no tracking, and just most of the slower cards. So
yeah.
tough to see whether these little techs and optimizations will pay off for these matches or if, maybe the players could have gone in a different direction. But either
Yeah.
way, even though we have what's almost a mirror in a lot of the decks, there are just these differences that will change out how the games sort of play out.
Yeah, and I think the imp lock decks are 30 are the same 30, I
Yes.
think. So, yeah, I think one thing to note from Genji's Big Beast Hunters, he's running Insatiable Devourer, which I am very familiar with having slammed in my face by my opponent to destroy me in my legacy match.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that that's an interesting card that gets thrown in some big beast hunter lists. I don't know if it'll come to fruition here. And Wild Nine has come out with the bans. I don't know if you looked yet, but if you did, we could just spoil it, and if not, we can take a guess.
Well, I was going to take a guess here that we were going to
Yeah,
see Genji ban the Warlock and Super Chicken ban the Priest, but in fact, what do we see?
double priest.
Wow.
So
So,
the yeah.
very interesting ban on Genji's side. I'll admit I'm pretty surprised by it.
Yeah, I did not look at the spread ahead of time. I know you looked a little bit into it. Um, so I'm a bit it's a bit like, oh, okay, I can see it, but I'm sure that the imp block seems to do. I would guess the imp block does pretty well into the decks that have been brought by both players. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that I expect that deck to probably pick up a win for both of them.
Yeah,
But yeah, should be a good series. Was hoping to see some nice, exciting, riveting Thief Priest gameplay, but instead we'll have to settle for some of these faster decks.
for sure. Yeah, Thief Priest seems really cool. I haven't played it, but seems like it's a very fun and interesting deck. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, both players are ready. Are both players are preparing to battle, friends. So we'll see. Should be getting into match here pretty soon. Nice. Any second now, the players will be getting into the match. Curious. I'm curious how the randomizer lands for both players, or if both players use a randomizer for their first conquest. Brings this is open deckless conquest format, meaning each player has to win with all three of their decks.
yes.
Right, here we go. There's no longer eyeballs, but call it eyeballs for the sake of a cast.
All right. As we get into it, let's see. Looks like
Fates
both
have to
players are maybe on the Warlock, or is it Rogue?
two warlocks actually. You are correct. There could be rogues, and it is it is indeed a warlock mirror.
Yes. Right. And looking at these hands, it seems like both players have very strong starts.
I like Chicken going for this more aggressive early start,
Yeah.
getting the imps out.
Yeah. I wonder a little bit about it just because, maybe Chicken is trying to protect his flustered librarian from a librarian value trade. That seems
Ah,
to be the objective here. And oof, Touch of the Nazarene or the Grimoire of Sacrifice? Which resource do you burn in this situation? Looks like might be opting to spend the Grimoire.
wouldn't you have wanted to? I guess we're just gonna take the value trade anyways.
Yeah, either order doesn't matter there, and
Yeah.
unfortunately for Genji, it's Mischievous Imp just a little late,
Yeah.
and that Vile Library nerf is costing Chicken.
Man. Yeah, Chicken's gonna have to burn both touches to not uh to deal with the Bran.
Yeah, but I don't think Genji minds playing Mischievous Imp here. Still 4 mana 6/6, pretty reasonable card, and not one that he's unhappy to spend in that way. Chicken's deck, though, just has not been cooperating either, and looks like this might be a tap turn.
Yeah, I think we will have to see a tap here. The Brand Slam, it it's interesting. I like it because it will force potentially both of the minions to swing into it, but anything like a library just kind of nullifies that.
Yep.
Which we do
Library.
see the library in hand.
Yeah, and with the knowledge we have too, this Sakul is not going to look great into this board state here, where the 5-3 just cleans it up so nicely.
Yeah. This
But
the Abyssal
comes
Wave
down-
next turn can create something at least to clear up the board.
yeah,
If there is a flood, which doesn't look like there's going to be much of a board flood from what we can see.
right. And there's a chance Genji can go for the Dreadlich Tamsin here.
Hmm.
Just push the 5 face damage, bump the 3, and play Tamsin. But this seems like such an awkward position for Genji with either floating mana or not really being able to do much proactively unless this Tamsin comes down. So
Yeah, I would actually argue. I actually think that the Tamsin play would be. I think that would be the best play just for the future of instead of trading away this 5-3 and then doing this. Like it obviously works. And Chicken,
Right.
but now Chicken gets to play the Abyssal Wave, so Chicken's curses deal 2, and now Genji's at 1. And now we have Tamsin a turn after.
right, and based on this Via library lighting up, I think there is an imp coming onto the board.
I would agree, yeah.
All right, I've been told that I have to announce Geranium Battle sub for the channel. He says, no way, no how, Wild9 doesn't speak up for this, so... All right,
Well,
Geranium, shout out to you.
all right,
Thank you for,
Thank
for
you, Geranium
subbing.
Battle.
Thank you 10
7
minutes after you
months.
did it.
Yeah, I know that. 10 minutes after. All right, back to the game.
Awesome. And that is a dragged below picked up for Chicken. Another
Yeah.
really good shadow spell to have.
Yeah, and I
Concerning,
like spending it
concerning
here.
I do like it, yeah. Concerning Lady Darkvein coming later in the game.
Yes.
Chicken is now well on his way to just making Genji take so much chip damage. He's taking 2, 3, 4. He's taking 9 damage. Wow.
Right. But
Yeah, this is a
Super Chicken.
lot.
But Super Chicken notably has truly nothing going right now.
Yeah.
This
His top decks have been very good to keep him in this game for now.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we could see a tap into Fiendish Circle and the or some sort of imp summon with
Yeah.
the catastrophe, but it's like here we'll see some curses coming Chicken's way.
Yeah. That'll be 2. And Genji really has to consider dumping the 4 damage curse here. It'll be very, very close to lethal if he doesn't
Well, the 5
potentially
damage
get rid
curse
of it.
5 damage curse isn't killing him.
It wouldn't kill, no. Yeah, you're right. And there really isn't much he can do.
Yeah, I like
There's
this
not much he
play
can
here.
Yeah, this is fine.
Getting onto board a little more aggressively.
Yeah. An 8-4 is really a big minion. Chicken not drawing much, has to go for the tap.
Yeah, and
Gets the circle. But that's
lethal.
That's
here.
game. Yeah, that's game. With the dragged below, well, we can see it with the drag below, and even without the Grimoire of Sacrifice, would also end the game pretty much. So,
well, the Grimoire does not go face, so still not quite enough. But either of those curse cards.
well, yeah, of course, but yeah, I mean. It would effectively, and I obviously it wouldn't end the game. It would have almost entirely been an effective ending. But yeah, you're right. As long as the curse card was played, either one, it was over. So Genji goes up 1-0, winning the Warlock Mirror. I wonder if Chicken will come back with the Warlock. Do you think he'll go to another deck?
Yeah, I mean, thinking about the matchup spreads, it's probably reasonable for Chicken to maybe come back with it if he thinks that he wants to just pick up that point. But
Yeah,
Instead, we see the hunter and the rogue, or a miscue. Nope, it's rogue.
Mhm. Right, it is rogue. The chicken will know that this is chicken will pretty much guess this is a rogue.
Yes, I think that
Um,
that is all but certain.
yeah. Only keep here from Genji is the serrated bone spike. Chicken considering his mulligan.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
I like the keep though. I think that this works out nicely, and
Oh
oof,
yeah, look at this opening for
power
chicken.
play with the coin.
Yeah.
I know you have that baddie guess, but I'm a big fan of coining that spirit poacher on 1.
I am too, especially with the K9otron right behind it. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna. I guess chicken gonna opt to play this differently. He could go for the coin ramming mount, but that would make the next turn after that pretty awkward. So I would suspect we're just gonna see Spirit Poacher on 2 here to
Oh,
get the wild seed started.
almost certainly, and could be that this Ikman changed Chicken's mind a little bit. Coining this on 8 is really strong,
Mhm.
so it might just be the case that card's being held in. Harpoon gun. Oh boy.
Oh man, this could get out of hand pretty fast. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that's what we see the next turn. Jackpot coming potentially here.
Yeah, jackpot
Yeah.
into Knoll seems like a
Hmm.
play, and that's an arcane overflow and a deep breath.
Mm,
Very actually pretty useful cards.
I agree. Yeah, they are.
Not really a scam opportunity, but deep breath into contraband or contraband stash along with that arcane overflow is just great.
Yeah, we're gonna see the Null Shadow step back. It just held. Obviously, it would get if it was held, it would if it was allowed to stay on board, it would have
Mm.
just been picked off by that. And now we get to see K9otron's going to show Chicken what's on the bottom of his deck.
Right, and I'm assuming
Uh,
that it was going to be Beastock or Tavish put on top, but
I would think so
why
as
would the
well.
K9otron come down on this turn instead of the ramming mount?
Or,
Maybe
or even that, more so the
harpoon gun
harpoon
too.
gun. Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense using
interesting.
K9otron to scout a little bit, see what the options are down there, but really,
Hmm.
really a bit strange. But now it's
Yeah,
overflowing, and that's a 7/7 here coming down.
we're seeing a lot of things get played because of. Um, oh no, he was hovering over things that he couldn't play. That confused me.
Yeah.
But
So
Batty gets played or gets the ramming mount.
yep, and looks like Chicken instead opted for the Frenzied Fangs and is just playing for as much tempo as possible. Maybe
Yeah.
thinking that the Harpoon Gun can grab the Tavish if it doesn't hit a beast.
Hmm. Yeah, there was either deep breath come in.
Yep,
I would
but
hope. I would guess he's going to remove the 2/2 if he's going to remove anything, but I don't think
yep.
you need to remove anything with a 7/7. 7
Oh,
damage base is
Castle
very nice.
Kennels is an amazing pickup here.
Hmm.
Completely clean curve. Ramming Mount does the thing. See that Tavish get put on top.
Yep.
And now Genji might be in a bit of a bind. Still some power plays here, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah. Notably, Altimore is in hand, and Altimore is slowly getting infused. So we'll see how this plays out. But there's a possibility we just get Altimore on curve on 7.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that's almost a certainty, I would say.
Yeah, let's see what Door Shadows picks up here.
Yep, and
Gets
it's
a gets a
another
gets a,
contraband stash.
gets a
Oh boy.
stash. Ooh, okay. You get a
And
deep
Arcane
breath.
Overflow misses.
Yeah,
A little
that's the risk you
unfortunate.
take with that.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Probably a pickup of maybe the emergency maneuvers or the snake trap. Both seem pretty powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
And then almost certainly an ice trap, I think, here.
Yep, Chicken is indeed hovering the ice trap. I would guess that's his pick
Yep.
for sure. Yeah, especially against a spell heavy rogue deck.
Yes.
Checks it with the Wicked Stab.
Yep. And then there's the Shroud. No Null.
Yeah, there's Eddie though.
Yep.
Gone Fishing was not a bad card to play here. See what you
Yep.
get from the bottom. Get a Reconnaissance. That's a good card indeed.
Yeah.
But
And Asharan Saber is pretty nice. I think
I
that Saber
agree.
Hero Power is a good option. Gets this Altimore infused.
Oh yeah.
Send that Huffer face. Give it that
6.
damage boost.
Yeah, 6 damage face. Gonna hold the harpoon gun charge, of course. He knows that there's not a whole lot on the bottom he probably wants.
Yep.
So he can just save it for when he needs a little extra damage.
Yeah. And
Probably take the Fell Rattler, but
yeah, this emergency maneuvers is gonna go hard.
it really is. Whatever gets destroyed is gonna come back and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, those are just not great options for Genji though.
Yeah,
I
for
think I like
sure.
the Raptor, or I think maybe the egg, just because it's a little
Mhm,
better with
mhm.
Contraband Stash, but or Rodent Swarm. Not it looks like an egg to me. I don't know what's
Mhm.
wrong with my eyes. All
I
right.
I don't even remember the options besides that one in the
Oh
besides the one he
no.
picked in the rattle. Oh, Huffer's coming back.
Well, we get two
Deep
Huffers,
breath.
and
Oh, it pops the mounted raptor.
well, this Altimore.
Altimore is now infused. Is this?
Well, wait, Chicken, don't miss it. Oh, Chicken misses a minion. Little unfortunate there.
Oh, he missed Leok. Well, yeah. But he'll be able to now just pick up a 1 mana. He'll be able to pick up a 1 mana Ajarin or Sunken Saber next turn.
Yep. And these are all going face. Hopefully this missed
Edwin has
damage
to
is.
save a little
Oh.
bit.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Shadow Crafter Scabs.
It's not as good as it looks.
No, it's really not.
I
You don't
think.
want to put a fully infused Altimore back in their hand. But I think he's forced to.
Well, you also don't want to put two Huffers back as well.
Yeah, you're right. But they're not playable with the Altimore this turn. You could just go double Huffer plus. You could just go triple Huffer here. Especially when you have Ickman and Crush and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Wait. I mean, isn't this just a good Ickman turn because there's things to trade? And I don't know, maybe it's
Well,
not.
I mean, it's Altimore and the Sunken Saber, surely.
Agreed. Yeah, I think you're right. There we go. Summon
Nope,
another
he instead
pet.
opts for another Leok.
Yeah.
I think I might have liked using the Leok to bump there a little bit better, but this is such a dangerous situation now for Genji.
It really is. At this mana, he's gonna obviously keep track of the fact that Crush is lethal. Altimore is playable. Sunken Saber is in hand. So any combination of like Ickman plus Sunken Saber or something like that can end the game. Obviously, he knows that there's 3 Huffers in hand. So if this Leok is allowed to live, that's a lot of damage. That's 15 damage from hand right there.
Yes, and I'd like to pause to point out that Genji picked out the Selective Breeder, which
Yeah,
actually guarantees a Krakatoa
it really does. That's a
if
pretty good. It's a pretty smart play.
Genji wanted to go for it, and it looks like that's what
Does.
we're going to see.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Good notice by you. Oh, he's trading.
Yep, I think that this is a little bit suspect here. Can't use that last 2 mana to get a Contraband Stash or a Wicked or some sort of playoff. Maybe could have used the Wicked Stab at some point, but this is just a little bit awkward. Sending it face.
This is game. This is game, right?
So 13 with King Crush, but with triple Huffer in hand, that'll
Yeah,
get there.
yeah,
So as long as Chicken just simply plays all of his Huffers,
he wins.
yep, and I think that it is spotted.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, that's still good enough.
yeah, it is.
It's still enough.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, he.
fine.
Mm-hmm. Or Margor being left in hand, or whatever the
Sad. Well,
Altimore Huffer is.
well, it is Margor, and I'll
Yeah,
tell you, I would not have known that if I didn't mouse over. So good on you.
I moused over it when it was playing. I was like, "Wait, what are these things named?" Because I don't want to like. So I want to at least have some semblance of name knowledge. Still don't
Yeah.
know what the Leok one is called. I didn't mouse over that.
Mm. Yep.
But yeah,
And,
all right. So tied up. Here we go.
and
1-1.
just like that, we have an even game. Another rogue here against the warlock. So
So Warlock. So no rogue yet from Chicken.
yeah, looking at the numbers, it seems like the warlock has a slight edge, but
Yeah.
this is a matchup that I think really comes down to whether the rogue can get those knolls online or not. And it
Yeah.
looks like that's going to be a big or not on the other side, but Chicken also has a bit of a miss.
Yeah. You're right. He has pretty much nothing early, and he draws Tamsin, which you don't want to see right now.
Yeah, it's still not a bad card to have at least.
No.
Vile Library, Chicken is a gamer, knows that that Fiendish Circle is the next card.
Yeah.
Believes harder than anybody.
All
Interesting,
right. Yeah.
interesting pick there. Light Spawn or Light Shower Elemental into Contraband Stash might just be GG on the spot,
It could be.
but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Syracuse off the top is pretty good. Get the curses going.
Yep.
Notably
in this matchup, the curses are Warlock cards.
Yes.
So Contraband Stash actually gets diluted by curses if Genji plays them. So something to keep in mind. Oh, heavy plate.
Some armor. Chicken will tap. Does draw the Wicked Shipment.
I don't
think
think you can play
prefer.
it here.
I think I'd prefer to trade it.
Yeah, trade or hold.
Yeah.
I think both have merit.
Agreed.
Just with the impending catastrophe in hand, you want to sort of get that value.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god, light shower, heavy plate, and with contraband stash, that's 16 health on that contraband stash right now, plus 16 health from those.
Yeah.
That's a lot of armor, but maybe the curses can push through it.
For sure. I can see. I mean, there's definitely potential for that. It is a bit difficult because obviously it's 40 health. 40 health rogue. So
All right.
let's see.
And there's light shower.
There's
King Rafam. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, that is.
Draw a couple of cards.
Ooh, Flustered Librarian's a good pickup. So it's a second impending catastrophe. Yeah, just get your minions' health spread out. We do see second Tooth of the variant here, so likely to see that pick off the imp, I would guess.
Yep. What could it be here in the box? Command of Neptulon and Fire Sale.
And a Fire Sale. I'm more. Ooh, they're both really good pickups. I
like the command here personally.
Yeah, because of Rafam.
Well, just to be proactive here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That as well.
Because I think that for Genji, while there is all of this healing, the best way to beat this Warlock is to kill them before all of the curses can add up. And, you know, Command of Neptulon is just 10-8 for 5 mana. It has Rush, so efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are gonna see this removed.
Yep.
Curse put in hand.
Yep, and then a little bit of that healing is wasted for Genji.
Yeah, for sure.
So that at least is good for the long-term game plan on Chicken's side, but
Definitely.
now we're likely going to see this Command of Neptulon come down, and now that Contraband Stash will be so juiced.
I guess we just SI. You could just extortion the 3. No, obviously you just kill the 3/2 and you just trade that.
Yep.
Oh, Null picked up to hand. That is good for later.
Yep. Probably the
Yeah.
Abyssal Wave here could be the play. Maybe Tamsin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Abyssal Wave. That's
Mm-hmm.
not a mill, but chewing through that armor. Slowly but
Yeah.
surely.
There is some more armor to come later. Let's see what gets picked up off of this. Divine
Toll
Tolls
and Shadow Waltz, which
and
is
Shadow Waltz.
excellent. Both of those
Yeah.
are so powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Very powerful cards. Both Nulls in hand are very powerful.
Yep. They're just
Um,
sitting there for some
yeah,
reason.
I know. Now with the Tamsin being played, I would have to guess that the Nulls will come out.
Yep. And Genji's sitting at 10 cards to try to
So
avoid more curses. And
yeah,
maybe Genji will stick to that plan, perhaps?
yeah. I mean, it's a plan that you can definitely go by. He won't mill obviously because the curse will hit and go away, and then he'll draw a card.
Yep.
So mill is staved off, but
Yeah.
I don't. I like being the proactive layer with this rogue deck, like you said, because obviously eventually this warlock deck is going to get fairly aggressive against you. I would love to see these two Nulls played. At least,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to play both, just play one.
Yeah,
I
and I think that
suppose.
this Contraband Stash is a little premature with that Divine Toll and Shadow Waltz in hand. And this Light Shower is also coming down with Genji at 38 health, so the effectiveness of the heal is kind of
Yeah,
minimized.
definitely.
Tamsin here with Dragged Below is potentially huge.
Mhm.
9 cards though in hand for Genji, so Super Chicken may not want to go for this, or at least may want to preserve the second drag, which is what I'm guessing we'll see. So,
Definitely.
yep. So
This,
we'll
and
see this Light Shower get removed. No, Chicken. Ah, sad. Oh, nope. He spots it.
yes, so he'll just use up his touch of the Nathrezim's instead.
Yep.
So very good spot, and he can use his hero power here as well to
Hero
go up to
power
9.
or Impending Catastrophe, which I
Oh
think is
yeah,
the
yeah.
play I like a little bit better. Get
Okay,
a
yeah.
0-mana copy in hand, use it that way.
I like it. Yeah.
I
See if
think,
Chicken sees that. He should count 10 in hand
yeah.
and not go for it. He does opt for the hero power over playing the impending catastrophe.
Yep.
I think that it's fine. I think that your play was what you called out is definitely better for long term because you get another impending catastrophe, and now this Tamsin will very likely just get removed. In some capacity, could be forced to mill by a Shadowcrafter Scabs here as well, potentially, after command of Nep. But then Neptulon, I think, would also be lost. Double Null, or at least one Null to be played. But needs to dump hand to make room for Murloc Holmes to take some guesses.
All right, let's see.
So if he guesses it, he'll
So
get
one of those
this
is
one.
obvious.
The library, yep, he should know that. When
Now
it's
this
in
one's
hand,
tricky.
this one is tricky.
Oh, see,
He
because it's
guessed
the
the
Uninfused
brand.
Rafam, which is like very funny, and gets them all.
Wait, oh, Bran isn't. Oh, Bran was just drawn.
Right, but Rafam is infused, so it's not the card in hand.
Oh, yeah. I for some reason didn't see the Bran was just picked up with the last draw.
Yep.
So, yeah, there we go. Obviously, the last one was the one that was easy because that was pretty much the best pick to be in the deck. There we go.
Yep.
All right.
Rafam.
And second library.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably see that first library go, followed by a hero power.
There we go. Yeah, you were right. There comes
And
the Chains
then
of Dread.
we'll see if it hits. And it
It
does.
does.
And perfect sequencing.
Yeah.
Now, how much damage is Genji packing? We've got 14 on the board. Is there a setup here, or are we just going to see the scabs come down?
I wouldn't be surprised to see scabs. It would just put Rafam back in hand. So
And that's not the one you want to give Super Chicken.
yeah. Okay, so let's see what we end up with here.
So Shadow Step is used just to make a little bit more hand space. This should get back one of the gnolls if scabs comes down.
Will it won't? Oh yeah, maybe. I think it just gives back Murloc Holmes and the command.
Well, let's see.
So he might want a coin potentially before.
Let's see. So it is Command of Neptulon and
Oh,
Gnoll.
okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. He gets an old back. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
So Gnoll comes down. Gone fishing.
Probably for.
Wicked Stab to set up a lethal, probably.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And he has 9, so Chicken can't really do anything here. He's kind of locked out Lady Darkvein as well. That's a bad mill.
Yeah, but Chicken can clear this board at least.
Yes, he can.
I think Rafam maybe would have been what will be what we see.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go for Impending. No Rafam.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Chicken didn't play the infused Rafam. He might not have caught that it still keeps the infuse on return to hand.
Oh yeah. Because when it's similar to Corruption, it just changes the card that it just completely changes the card, so it'll stay infused in hand.
Right.
I would guess we're gonna see
Fiendish Circle probably
Fiendish
just
Circle,
to
yeah.
put as much pressure out as you can.
Yeah, for sure.
And that
That's
armor is
fine.
gone. Shroud of Concealment, not relevant.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, Genji doesn't have much going on anymore, in spite of having a full hand of cards.
Yeah, for sure. He doesn't. You're right. He'll go for the Shadow Waltz, I guess.
Shadow Waltz into Divine Toll, maybe?
I would guess so. That would seem to be a decent play. We'll see how the tolls hit, whether they hit friendly or foe. So they hit.
Not great hits.
No, yeah. There's now a bit more space for curses to go into hand. Zakul here would be pretty good, actually. I mean, that's a ton of heals. Yeah, he can afford to do this.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see the Bran Zakul here almost surely.
I would think so. Yeah, we're seeing it. So that's a lot of healing for Chicken, and that's another mill for... That's not a mill, actually, but it's close.
Yeah. The little sad thing, though, is that this Bran is not likely to stick around, and
no,
Chicken is running out of curses. Just a few left.
Yeah, you're right.
And this Bran is not really going to be doing much unless this Queen Ashara gets down.
Oh, we are not gonna get rid of the Bran?
Stepping Bran, I think, just was the universally better play.
I would agree, and especially the Water Revenant will take care of Chicken's Bran. That's what I was looking at.
Right, but Genji's gonna die. I
think he's dead, right? Like just the curses.
Yeah. Well, curses and board, it's over.
Yeah. Wait, Chicken.
No, Chicken knows, and Genji knows too.
Okay. Okay. I was confused. I forgot it was 6 and 7. Okay. I was like, he should have tagged. I'm always just like, I gotta attack and then I gotta kill the board.
Yeah. So I think that that just goes to show the importance of sort of macro strategy there. I think that Genji was really so sure that he was playing the value game that he just let those curses catch up and take him out. So little dangerous there, and here we see Super Chicken on his own Thief Rogue going against, well, another Thief Rogue.
Yeah, so we'll see the battle of yeah, but this is interesting. Chicken does have to guess if this is another rogue or if it's actually just Genji's Hunter. So we'll see if that affects his mulligan or if he just has a solid mulligan strat that he just will generally use for this deck. I think keeping the Shroud is generally really good.
Yep, as is
And
Trickster, I think.
yeah, I also think so with that. You get rid of Edwin and Wicked Stab.
Right. And I think on Genji's side, the Krabatoa, even at 6 mana, might still be the keep just because it's such a board swingle
Yeah,
and it's one of the most important
but
cards in the matchup.
yeah, and he threw back the Krakatoa.
He does. And
Yeah,
Super Chicken pitches and hits Denathrius, Door of Shadows.
yeah.
And we'll see if Super Chicken decides to play for value or tempo. This is Door. And it's value. Oh, we're going to see a real greedy one here. I have a feeling.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder how greedy Chicken gets after he goes for this. After he goes for this Shroud.
No, I really like this Shroud here.
No, I like the Shroud a lot, but I'm wondering if he gets less. If he starts playing for kind of tempo. Obviously, he didn't draw anything to play for tempo, but now he can play. He can do stuff like Door. You know.
Well, I'm guessing we'll see Jackpot and Door.
Yeah, for
My
sure.
prediction.
Well, Genji just got double null
Double
off of
null.
his, so that was a very good Shroud of Concealment.
Yes.
Door Jackpot. There we go.
And it's Bloodlust and Best in Shell. Best in
Okay.
Shell, I think, is very nice to have.
I agree.
Murloc Holmes, not so much.
Yeah, I agree.
Really hard this early. Just a tough hand on Genji's side. I think we have to see the Murloc Holmes as a tempo play.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how if I do it. Let's see if he can get it right, but it'll be tough.
All right, so surely
See, this is tough because it could be the Reconnaissance or the Bone Spike. I would guess it's not Ajara. Picked right.
Did?
Yeah.
This one's tricky. Probably
It's-
Extortion or Sprint.
Yeah. It's the
think-
sprint, right?
It is the Extortion that's in hand.
Oh, it is
So-
extortion. I didn't. Oh yeah, I do see it. No, he didn't get it right. It was indeed. Pretty sure it was.
It was Extortion. He picked.
It was
Sprint.
extortion, but he didn't get it right.
Right. He picked Sprint.
Oh, he picked sprint.
Right. So now we see this situation. Door of Shadows is obvious.
Bone Spike
Here
is
he knows
obvious.
it's Bone Spike. And now the last one is Deck.
Sprint.
Yep. Oh, very easy one there. Genji actually got all choices that he could have deduced from that first.
The Ajara. I mean, I guess it was a guess between that and Queen Ajara, correct? Like partially because.
Well, he knew for sure Sprint was in the deck because it wasn't in the hand.
Yes. Oh, true. You're right.
So,
yeah, that would make sense. That
lot
means that
of-
he knows. That means he knows now that Ajara is in hand.
right. So, a lot of information that Genji can get out of that Murloc Holmes.
Yeah,
Which
pretty
is,
smart.
Pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Door of Shadows might be priced in here, but this hand for Chicken is just so clunky.
Yeah.
Maybe a trade. So, we're going to see some removal here. I think the ordering there might have been a little bit off. Last is a trade. Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Reconnaissance. Rat King. Amazing.
Yeah, it's a really good pickup. All right. Ajara is active.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to surely see a Shara Horn here.
Yeah, for sure.
And then a prep just to preserve some life.
I like it.
Yep. And then the question of whether next turn we see the Krabatoa or the Horn.
Yeah, you're right. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm guessing it'll all depend on what the board looks like.
Oh, yeah. And then both of those twos are going face, surely.
Yeah, he is just putting Chicken on a clock.
Yep, I like the hero power there.
Mm-hmm.
Get all this damage in hand. Kravatoa to clean up.
Yep.
Start that Denafrius. And while this situation is not great, it is a winnable one for Chicken.
Agreed.
10 damage in hand from those spells, but still a little time on the clock. And the right Colossal can really swing the game.
I would agree, yeah. Shalog would be pretty painful. Pretty... Actually, no. I mean, the Shadowcrafter Scabs in him is pretty solid.
Oh,
We are going to see a full removal.
Yep.
Spike into the sprint.
Genji once again slow rolling a little bit. We'll see
Yeah.
if this time it proves to be a bit more effective.
Yeah, there's some good cards that he just got in hand. This Horn is going to be kind of crucial for Chicken. We do see a trade of the weapon of the Cutlass.
Yep.
Horn produces Krakatoa.
That's actually the worst roll, just about.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just because with the Contraband stash in hand, you generally want to get another Colossal.
Yeah.
So to be stuck there with this Krakatoa feels so bad.
Yeah.
But
we did just see a lot of the removal we saw a lot of the damage / removal used. Both bone spikes are gone. Or Snot says one bone spike is still in deck.
Yeah, and we
Jackpot
should very well
played.
just see Jackpot for Rune of the Archmage and Shield Shatter.
Wow. Scam potential is now here.
Yeah, I think just the scabs look so good, and
I agree, yeah.
I don't really know how Chicken can come back from this with no draw. I mean, this Edwin might be able to do something, but unless... And that's a Krakatoa pickup as well. Well, test doesn't really matter here. It's just
you're
about
right.
surviving.
Yeah.
There's not really even a way for Chicken to set up a tooth for a desperation play.
All right. Drop the Null, play the Eddie. Let's see what happens.
Got a Null. Jackpot. Oh, so sad. He can't even play it because won't be able to draw a card. So we'll see the Claw there to try to find something. Whirlpool and Flame Strike, just a little too late.
Yeah.
And that'll do it.
Yep. As we can see, Tooth of Nefarian plus...
There are so many lethals here. If Genji plays the rune, I swear to God.
If he just has, I was gonna say, don't overstyle.
And that'll do.
Yeah. If you play Rune and you don't get the kill, Chicken has some good comeback potential in hand, so you would have to eat a little bit on it potentially.
Right.
So overall, there we go. It's now 2-2, which means we get the best words in all Hearthstone, or all Conquest Hearthstone, which is Game 5.
Oh, here we go.
We've got Super Chicken on the Thief Rogue. We've got Genji on the Beast Hunter. Here we go. It's a Hunter beer, just kidding. But
yeah,
a fitting set of portraits to come out. Double Hunter. Boom tosses.
Oh boy, and here we go. Null there for Super Chicken. Trog on the other side for Genji.
Yeah.
But into Null, the Trog is a little less scary.
I agree. Especially with the tradable in hand for turn 1.
Yep. And we probably will see Bone Spike, Jackpot, Null this turn. And I think then Genji's history, or not actually history, but like it's just such a strong start, blows out this turn 3 ramming mount. Like if we'll see if Chicken spots the line.
He
and
does.
all over it. Big play here.
Yeah.
And Force of Nature, not bad. Deathborn, also pretty good to follow up Force of Nature. So we might see that prep Force next turn.
Mhm. Yeah, Prep Force is really powerful here. If he wanted to play slow, he could go for the sprint with it, but I think I like your idea of just going with the Force of Nature. Chicken plays it immediately, essentially.
Yep.
Wanted to take a gander at his draw first before he put 6/6 on the board on turn 3.
And the Stormpike Battle Ram here is actually a pretty clutch inclusion for Genji.
Yeah, and
Turning
it'll
on
get
that
him
Mountain Bear.
a Mountain Bear next turn. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and here I think we'll see the Reconnaissance likely.
Yeah, I would like to see the Reconnaissance. It can get you some really good stuff potentially.
Well, come on, Chicken. Reconnaissance Najak. Do it for me one time.
Yeah. Reconnaissance Najak always. Let's get it. Trade first, not a bad idea because
Renathal. Also very solid here.
Yeah, also good.
Yep. Gets in the
Well,
damage.
We'll allow this tooth to whether or not Chicken intended it that way, the tooth will get to activate.
Yeah. We could see the recon here. If
Yeah.
Chicken wants to go for that, we could see maybe some sort of Deathborn setup, but
I think Recon would be pretty okay here as well.
yeah, okay. It looks like we're going to see the tooth.
Okay, and he just wants to preserve the 3/4. That's fine.
Yeah, maybe use the Wicked Stab to clear off something.
One of the two.
Really interesting choices.
What? Ooh, they're all really interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm partial to the Wild Paw Cavern.
I am partial. I was also going to say I'm a little partial to the caverns here.
The Consecration and Field of Strife are also both interesting.
Yeah.
Field of Strife right now is actually pretty nice because it gives the Renathal away to clean up one of the 2/4s and give some other stats later.
6.
Right. Well, no push damage because one of
I
those
can't see his mana that's left. That's
2
all.
mana.
2 mana
But
left.
it is
Okay.
the Field of Strife, so we'll see this bump and then probably an end turn.
Yep. Sets up for good things next turn.
Yep. And,
See what Genji has on the here. I mean, we do see a pet collector.
Yep. And a Sharon Saber.
Saber.
All right. And
Sharon Saber. All right.
probably could see the dagger trade Deathborn, or do we just see the Deathborn right away?
Just a Deathborn right away.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep, for sure. And they all have 3 attack.
That Field of Strife doing its work.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So
that potentially is breaking points. It's generally like there's no. Let me check Genji's lists. Yeah, there's no. Obviously, Pet Revive has been cut from these lists at this point. So at least we can't see. He won't. At least Chicken won't be seeing like constant. Wow, my brain. Constant Mount Bears coming out.
Yes.
But
all right. And here's the door.
Recon. His own Ajaran Saber.
Saber actually is pretty powerful in this deck because of the synergy with
Krakatoa.
With Krakatoa, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just gonna see Chicken clean that up, and he's on the offensive now.
Yeah. And I think as the rogue player in this matchup, you sort of need to be.
Yeah.
And here comes nice slow seed, but
yeah,
I don't know if the slow one is
what maybe
Genji needs.
I think he wanted a 3/1 there. Like
probably.
I think the 3/1 can I know you're putting a Sunken Saber in his deck, but I mean, you just have to guess he doesn't have
Yeah,
what
well,
you doesn't have anything really. Gonna test for the spell. It is not spell, so he now knows it's minion.
yep. So I'm guessing that Chicken will probably want to clean this up.
Yeah.
Test here for Deathborn is like really gas, but not something that Chicken can really do. It does
Yeah.
get Force of Nature, which is nice. Killing both the minions does infuse this Door of Shadows, leading to more plays.
Mhm.
So I think that this trade's basically
Yeah.
required, but
I might have wanted to see how the
maybe there's
2/1.
a test Shadow Step line. That I think actually could be really powerful here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. So I think that it's the debate between Door of Shadows or a test Shadow Step. Really
Mhm.
tough spot for Chicken, and I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm casting this one, not playing it.
Yeah, I could even see a sprint possibility, but I think we're gonna get to test Shadow Step.
Yep. Very. All right. A little unfortunate order there on the Deathborn, but
We're gonna see a Shadow Step. Yeah, we are. Okay, there we go.
yep. And I think
Oh
that's
my gosh, that is a big board. Does
yeah.
he get?
And,
He doesn't even need to step it, really.
well, yeah. He holds the step. It looks like so.
I don't know. I don't know if he got the step off. Is what
He
I
did
would say.
not.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
thought was that doing this more of my thought was doing that a second time would probably be game ending, but
Yeah.
this King Crush has to go into the test. It
Yes.
can't go face.
Nope.
And I think once again, like Chicken playing offense is doing it.
Yeah.
Genji needs healing, as his
Mhm.
namesake might imply. And
Oh
well,
my gosh,
he's
what
not
a
gonna.
reference.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna get any. I think
Okay. Yeah, this is. It's
Super Chicken
close.
representing 13 damage on board, not counting the taunt.
So here comes Door of Shadows. Let's see what spell gets picked up. It is Shroud of
Shroud of
Concealment.
Concealment could
That
be
can,
some Knowles, could be an Edwin,
yeah.
but
Can only be one Null, but we could get
Theo,
Null.
Trickster.
Theo. Trickster, indeed.
Yep. And I like this route from Chicken here of just sort of drawing cards, taking things a little slow.
Hmm.
Like at this point, he can
Yeah.
just afford to look for his combo pieces and try to set up a lethal of some kind.
Yeah, for sure. Sending him to 8 damage. That means that. I mean, we do see both contraband stashes, so we're gonna get essentially this again.
Yeah, and
Um,
Ickman, wait a minute.
Ooh,
Genji found about the only out in the deck. Mountain
Gets-
Bear.
Mountain Bear. Yeah, that's a big pickup.
Mountain
Mountain
Bear.
Bear!
Number 2.
Oh, this is
Hydralodon.
wow. That's a big turnaround for that's a big turnaround for him. I'm not sure what there is from Chicken's side.
Oh, Chicken has plenty of gas here.
Okay.
This is probably lethal here with double contraband stash.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or not
Oh,
lethal, but it's gonna do a lot of work.
mhm. Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. Second stash. So we'll see with Deathborn when Deathborn comes out. There it is. Nisik, that Hydralodon just hasn't died.
Well, if not the Hydralodon, there is a pretty good board here for Chicken. Hydralodon is pushing 14 plus
It's 20,
6 plus 3 plus
23.
it's just off.
Yeah,
So
still just
17,
off.
19, 25.
Yeah.
So Super Chicken's alive and well still at 2 HP, even with that ridiculous top tech.
I know. Oh, scary. Okay. It would take a lot for all those to hit the face. But now one of the Cubs is at 2 health instead of 4. So we'll see how this plays out. Okay, just a bunch of respawning of Hydralodon heads.
Yep, and
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately for Genji, not hitting the Hydralodon or
Or
the Cubs
face.
or the face even.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
fortunately for Super Chicken, this damage isn't hitting his
Now
face.
he now has a lot of things there, and Chicken has a few good outs in his deck that are just direct damage cards. There's Scabs.
That is
Scabs is
also a pretty good one.
Scabs
The
isn't lethal,
jackpot
but
here
yeah,
represents a possible out here with the Swift Scale
agreed.
Trickster in hand.
Yes, agreed.
And it's a Twisting Nether. That's lethal.
Glaciate Nether. Nether's
That's
lethal.
Yep,
Nether
that's it.
is lethal. You are correct. He's just
Yeah.
gonna drop it. There it is. Game 5 goes to Super Chicken in a barn burner.
Yeah.
Holy moly. It looked bad for Genji. Then it looked okay. Maybe we got an out here. And Chicken just slams the door shut with a jackpot. Congratulations to Super Chicken getting the win. I believe that means that Canadians will take a lead by 1 point over a perfect Murloc. We'll just wait and see if Chicken will do a post-game interview.
Just reaching out to him right now, so no response yet.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got to breathe a little bit after that intense match.
That was very long.
That was
all those
something.
games.
Yeah, it's still under an hour for 5 games. This was the time it took for 3 games in our Friday night fights last night.
And
Considering, yeah.
Yeah, and while we wait for Super Chicken, I would like to just give a quick thank you to Dank's dad for resubbing to Team Heart League. So
Let's go.
remember, everyone, if you like the content or do the content even, feel free to subscribe. You
Yep.
know, we all appreciate it.
It does help. It does help with the costs that we have for the website and for content. And the man of the
Speaking
hour.
of content, there he
Yeah,
is.
content. There he is. Mr. Heart Center Heart Center can't think of the word, host.
Hey, that's me. Oh, I've been
That is you.
promoted to host now. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, you're host. I mean, you're a co-host with Lotus still, even though you are not the op.
True, yeah.
But yeah,
But tonight you're the winner, and that's
yes.
what matters. So congrats
So
on
true.
the dub.
So true. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, felt like that was not my series to win.
Well, I mean, I think that was a tough series with a lot of tough decisions, and I think both you and Genji were having to navigate some tricky lines, especially because of the rogue. And yeah, you just got the better of it, I think.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I didn't see his hand, but I really felt like I should have lost that Warlock versus Rogue game, and then I didn't. He gained like what an extra at least I think like 20 something health off
Well,
of like
he
thief
could have
cards.
he could have gained 32, but I think that I think he lost a bit of healing off the light shower elementals. He lost 8, so I think it was 24 total.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not think I was gonna be able to do 64, but then yeah, I don't know. I think you should have just just kept going face against me or something because I
Yeah.
really did not have much.
Because there's definitely moments where if Genji had pressed the gas, he probably would have won that.
Yeah.
Because he was sitting with like the ability to put you. It's even in the last game, the with the last thing when you had the full board of the board with skeletons and stuff. He did have potential to set you
to
to
2.
2 health, which may not have killed you, but probably pushes the issue pretty hard. But I mean, you do have, like, you obviously came up with the nether off of jackpot. and you had other outs in your deck as well,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah,
So,
he would have just died to scabs there if he did that.
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Which is like what I was before I played the jackpot, or I was originally just like I was hoping for a lethal out with jackpot, but then my backup was just to just play scabs and push 4 with
Hmm.
the skeletons getting killed when they
Right.
bounce back to
Oh,
home.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think my question for you though is that we got to see what I feel like was a lot more of Genji's Thief Rogue than yours. And the way that Genji seemed to be playing it was very much so as a controlling deck with a late game plan. Do you feel like you have the same philosophy, or do you tend to get a little more in there and be more of an aggressor?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably a bit more of an aggressor. I I don't know. I think I did play a lot more aggressively with Rogue than he did. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't think this Wild Paw's ever like I felt like it was a bit too late to get value out of Wild Paw, and then I could just play the Field of Strife and take a value trade with the Renathal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kind of like I just kind of wanted to, and then the turn I ripped Tess, I kind of just wanted to put as much as I could on board,
Hmm.
or if I didn't, I would, or I guess I would have, regardless of the ordering of what was summoned, I would have had a decent board anyways.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I do think you need to push a bit of damage or like a decent bit of damage, with like early to mid game board if you want to have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
because like yeah, you do have Sire, but it's like a 40 card deck with pretty limited draw. You can't really rely on like a Denathrius from hand most of the
Mm,
time for what I
I would
found.
agree. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I cut Murloc Holmes as well. That card is garbage.
Yeah.
Um,
We were actually pretty surprised. I don't know if you, I mean, you couldn't have known this, but when Genji had the second Murloc Holmes, there was no guesswork at all. It was completely deductible from the first one what every one of those cards was. So it was actually pretty cool on Genji's part that he was able to pick up that full three of, just because all that information was available from the first Murloc.
huh.
I mean, don't feel like we need to waste more of the viewers' time with me explaining that whole scenario, but like definitely check out the VOD. It was a cool moment.
Yeah,
So
I'll have
Yeah.
to.
I felt like I felt like for you, like I felt like just having that sprint to gas the hand, felt was a really good like inclusion from your end. I think both of them had merit.
yeah.
I might have gone more with the sprint because I'm terrible at Murloc Holmes. So,
Yeah. Another question for you is, I saw both of you had come in with the Touch of the Nazarene version of Implock instead of, going with the McBanterface one with the bartenders and voidwalkers. Is there a reason you opted for the more controlling version? Were you expecting something specific out of Genji's lineup, or is this just sort of the new trend of where Conquest is at?
Yeah, Congress is in a great spot where you bring Warlock, Hunter, and Priest, and then something else. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's like it's I guess the more tested version of Curse Implock. There's a bit more, like a lot more games behind it actually.
Hmm.
hmm.
It's also the version I've played more of. I've definitely tried both a lot. I'd say Curse Implock is the deck I've played the most since the most recent balance patch.
Hmm.
And I've tried both versions and had more success with the more curse heavy list. But there's definitely merit to both. Like against like decks like Ramp Druid, which is starting to see a bit of a or is starting to see some play. Like especially in I guess more in like a last hero standing format could be pretty strong. I think like the bartender Voidwalker version is better because it just snowballs the board a lot more.
Right.
But I think Yeah, I think both decks have merits, and then it's just kind of matchup dependent as to which one does better.
Huh? All right. Well, thanks for answering that. And, I guess as we're starting to round it out, you have any shout outs? Just anything you'd like to say while you're here, not hosting Car Center, not scripted, no commercial? You could do a commercial if you want, but
Yeah,
just
you can tell that Hearth Center is so scripted because of how smoothly it runs, and
right.
how I always have something well prepared to say. Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, shout out to like the team and specifically Diamond, who's been dealing with like a revolving door of players this season.
Yeah,
It's been a
he mentioned
it,
that to me.
it's
Yeah.
been a bit of a whirlwind with like the roster being so like switching up so much. And yeah, shout out to like the players on the team who are here now, because definitely not easy coming into a season midway through and trying to pick up on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and yeah, hopefully, I mean, I don't know. I think we're starting to build a bit of momentum. Struggled a bit early in the season, but I think we can maybe squeak our way into like the last spot in playoffs, and then yeah, hopefully you do well from there.
Yeah. Well, picking up a
Yeah.
win isn't going to hurt that cause. So, hopefully you guys can slide in there because it's coming up soon. Season's almost over. This one's short.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right. Well, I think at that point, then we can bid you good night to your celebration. And thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure casting the games. And, congrats again.
yeah. Thanks so much.
All right. I think with that, we are done for the night. Just one match today. So, y'all know if anything's happening tomorrow?
No.
I'm not sure if there's anything slated. I feel like the last maybe it's like the fall or maybe it's just how people are feeling about Hearthstone too, but seems to be we haven't
Yeah, I
had as
don't think
much.
Saku even.
Did he post anything? I just noticed that there isn't as much
Yeah,
like
I didn't
interest
see Saku posted anything for
for
the week,
Sunday.
so
Yeah.
maybe he needed a week off.
All right. Well,
Uh
hopefully next week the mini set
actually,
dropping on Tuesday.
it looks like we're gonna have at least one match. It's gonna be Geranium versus Gamer Dude and Legacy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Okay. Nice.
Sunday showdown at 8 p.m. That'll
Perfect.
be close colon. That'll be the last match, I think, in the
And
close
that's
colon parentheses versus let me check. It's Gold Conference versus some other conference. I don't know where everybody is. I think they're playing against might be ET. No, it's Chicken's team, season 22 closeless conquest participants.
yeah. I think we're getting
So
killed so far, right? Actually, no. Does it
yes, you
come down?
are.
We
You
are.
are.
Okay. I
Yeah,
forget.
16 to 5
Yeah,
for
I
the
don't think it's
Chicken's
close.
team. Yeah,
Oh well.
there hasn't been many close matches.
Watch for
This.
some points, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for casting, guys, and
Yeah, thanks for
that was
having
fun.
us. Cast. I enjoyed this greatly.
Yeah, really
Not
good
being the
matches.
op, not being the op and getting to cast with Denka's dad. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
I hear you got a problem. You are not prepared. Another round? Why do you... You are not prepared! You are not! This guy's toast. Leroy! Not prepared! Goodbye.